One of the best free agents that's going to be available next offseason has to be without that New Orleans Pelicans starting point guard Lonzo Ball. The reason why is simple. He's a 23-year-old 6'6" point guard that can shoot, defend, and facilitate. If you don't believe me, he's arguably a top 10 shooter, a top 10 defender, and a top 10 facilitator in his position. And because of that, a lot of teams are going to throw him near max contract level, amount of money to him. So today's video, we're going to talk about the top 4 teams, in my opinion, that Lonzo Ball will fit amazingly with. Before we begin, it's your boy Cities back with another video. Please subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss NBA quality video. With that out of the way, let's begin with today's video, which is the top 4 teams that Lonzo Ball should sign with. So at number 4, I have the Dallas Mavericks signing Lonzo Ball. Now, I haven't heard this team in rumors, signing Lonzo Ball or signing a trade with Lonzo Ball, because they're actually really capped and they have to let go some of the guys such as JJ Redick and Tim Hardaway Jr., Boban Marjanovic, just to let them go. And heck, they even need to have Jason Richardson to opt out of his contract. So there's a lot of work he can do there, but whether they want to sign him or sign a trade for him, it's not a lot of rumors coming around, and I guess there's 2 main reasons why. First of all, it's just that they don't really need Lonzo Ball. Yes, I think that they would love to have him, but they don't need him because they have a guy named Luka Doncic who can do the playmaking duties and the scoring duties and all that stuff. So maybe the Dallas Mavericks don't want to have a point guard that can defend, facilitate, and shoot. That is a potential reason. Another potential reason is that he's not simply all-star caliber player. I think everybody and their mama knows that Lonzo Ball has the potential but would likely not reach the potential of an all-star. He's not going to be a guy who will make it at least consistently. The Dallas Mavericks have made it clear since 2011 they want to accumulate as much as all-stars as they can. So if they can get 3 all-stars potentially, they will do whatever they took to get 3 all-stars. Especially when they have Luka Doncic, they will do anything. So I think those 2 reasons, him being a point guard and him, not being an all-star caliber player, kind of turns off, rumors about him to the Dallas Mavericks. However, I do think that it's still a good fit, a top 4 fit in the league, because Luka Doncic needs someone who can handle the ball besides him. We've seen Luka forced sometimes into doing that role where he has to facilitate and score at the same play. It's like too much for the guy. So having Lonzo Ball at least doing the facilitation part is going to help him. Also, having a backcourt mate that would defend the best backcourt player is going to be really helpful for Luka Doncic, because this team has been terrible defensively. They were supposed to be better with the addition of Josh Richardson, but he's not really doing that much. So having Lonzo Ball who can actually defend will help the defense of the Dallas Mavericks a lot. Now, you have Lonzo Ball, who's a really good shooter. As I mentioned, arguably a top 10 point guard shooter in the league. Having this guy going around the 3-point line with Luka Doncic, who can facilitate at an elite level, he's going to get a lot of points. So this is a good fit. Although that's a good fit, I could see why there's not a lot of rumors and why the Dallas Mavericks would really go after him. But I still have it at number 4. At number 3, I have the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the New Orleans Pelicans have the highest chance and the advantages to sign Lonzo Ball. This is the team that could pay him the highest. They have a guy named Zion Williamson who can get the best out of him playmaking wise, and he knows what to do there, since he's been with this team the past 2 seasons. Unless he wants to go with the Kings and play for Luke Walton, that would be kind of stupid, but either way, they have the advantage and they really have to be number 1, right? No, I still have them at number 3, because although that's a good fit, although they can offer him a lot of money, they're just not using him the right way. We've just seen him in a game where he took, I believe, 7 shots, made 5 of his shots, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line. He's just not being aggressive, and I feel like he can be aggressive, but I just feel like the team doesn't enable him to be aggressive. The team doesn't give him the pass to be, aggressive, especially when they have Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. They don't want him to do that. And I do think that if he becomes aggressive and he has a mentality where he's the third star, the Chris Bosh, the Kevin Love of that team, if he has that mentality where yes, he's not going to score the most, however, I'm going to get some of the buckets because I still can get buckets, I still can get dimes, then yeah, I do think he's going to have an amazing fit with them, a good fit with them. However, if they're going to continue using him like this, I think that Lonzo Ball will eventually leave his way out of New Orleans. But for now, I do think he's number 3 with the New Orleans Pelicans. At number 2, I have the Chicago Bulls signing Lonzo Ball. Now, this is the first time in the video where I don't really feel like I have to make a solid argument for Lonzo Ball being with the Chicago Bulls. I mean, we've heard the rumors, this is the most talked about. I believe even he posted on Instagram that, him and Zach LaVine, something like that. I don't really take it seriously because I'm not really sure about it, but it's a thing, it was a thing. Not sure if it's true or not. But anyway, whether it's true or not, the thing about it is like, the reason why he is good with the Mavericks is basically the same thing with the Chicago Bulls, because Zach LaVine and Luka Doncic have the same impact and usage for their respective teams. But the reason why I think Lonzo Ball might fit better with Zach LaVine than Luka Doncic is because, number one, Zach LaVine is not an elite facilitator. At best, he's a good one, but typically he's an okay facilitator, and that's fine. Like, who does he want to facilitate to? He hasn't been really that at any point in his career. So him, not the best facilitator, having an elite facilitator such as Lonzo Ball will help him a lot. Not like Luka Doncic, who was already elite at that side of the ball. Now, another underrated thing that I don't think a lot of people will think about and why he is better fitting with Zach LaVine than with Luka Doncic is because of Zach LaVine's athleticism. We know the reason why he's good with Zion Williamson is because Zion is athletic and he can give him alley-oops like no tomorrow, and he can do the similar thing with Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine has, I think, the second highest vertical in the NBA. I'm not really sure, but he has like a really good vertical. And the whole point of the Bulls getting defense is basically Lonzo Ball. Like Lonzo Ball is the best point guard they can get if they want to improve defensively, other than potentially Marcus Smart, but that's for another video. Anyway, Lonzo Ball is the best option for them at the point guard positions because he's pretty much well-rounded, and because he's fit with Zach LaVine, I think he has more of a chance of being an all-star and forcing him into being not necessarily New Jersey Jason Kidd, but more of like a better version of Dallas Mavericks Jason Kidd. He was a dog. So overall, I do believe Chicago is better than the Mavericks and the Pelicans because of a couple of reasons. They give him the highest chance of reaching this Jason Kidd all-star potential that he has, and the team needs him more than the other teams that I've mentioned in the list. So for number 2, I have the Chicago Bulls. But with the number 1 pick for this list, I have the New York Knicks signing Lonzo Ball. The reason why I feel they are the number 1 team is because I feel like they need every single skill that he's really good at. They just need it for the team. I mean, look at their shooting. They're really one of the worst teams in terms of 3-point shooting, and Lonzo Ball will obviously help them in that department. Obviously, they need a point guard who really loves to facilitate. Alfred Payton, yes, a solid facilitator, but the thing about Alfred Payton is that he wants to be more than that, and he's really not good. He's not a good, at least starting point guard. He's not really good, and Knicks fans have been, saying this guy has been really ruining the team in some occasions. So I feel like Lonzo Ball, who actually loves playmaking, I think he will fit really good with them. And obviously defense, he fits the play style and the system of the Knicks, which is play hard defense. We know what top two can do with defensive players. How about elite defensive players, starting with Lonzo Ball? He will really tear the league up when it comes to defense. And yes, the Chicago Bulls, they would love to have his defense. They need his defense. However, they don't really need other stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks need every single thing from him. And I do feel like he has the highest chance of being the Jason Kidd that he could be in New York. That is it for the video. This is just an opinion, guys. So if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But anyway, Ab signing out.